So how's everybody doing? I'm back with another video. I probably won't upload this to Facebook or share this on Facebook for all the 13, 14, 15 people who even watched my video just because of the nature of this video. It Disclaimer, I don't defend neo-Nazism, I don't defend white nationalism, nationalist socialism, Hitler, all of those things. As a Jewish American, I have a lot of distaste for people who have that sort of ideology. But I do feel like I want to discuss it because I do have an opinion that does not match the opinions of other people who share my personal beliefs. So the scene is that a famous neo-Nazi got punched in the face by a hooded person, a black hooded masked individual. I think either the day of or the day after President Donald Trump's inauguration. Now, I just want to first of all say that if you're going to punch somebody with a mask on, that's pretty cowardly. If you have a belief, if you have any sort of thought of right and wrong about something that somebody is saying and you want to be a martyr for yourself, we want to see your face, basically. It's cowardly to stand behind either a keyboard or a mask in order to assault somebody. But the person who was assaulted was the famous new alt-right. He is the central thinker of the alternative right. His name's Richard Spencer. Now, Richard Spencer's a lunatic. Richard Spencer is not an intelligent man at all. I feel like he's a very angry person from within. And in the interview from the video that I'm going to show you, he was talking to somebody about. The guy asked him if he was a neo-Nazi, and Richard Spencer said, well, neo-Nazis don't really like him. No, he's not a neo-Nazi. Oh, believe me, he is a neo-Nazi. He was an individual who, during a conference after Donald Trump was elected, was gladfully putting up the Hitler salute, the Heil Hitler, along with all of his other minions who proudly presented the Nazi salute, the Heil Hitler. And yes, he is a neo-Nazi. He referred to the media as Lügenpressen, which is what Hitler called the press, who criticized him and basically got all of his supporters to get on the bandwagon on how to basically discriminate against them as well by calling them Lügenpressen, lying press, or lying media. So yes, he is a neo-Nazi. He presents all of the background, all of the costume, the form. He is the form of a neo-Nazi. And basically what happened was some guy on the street just knocked his block off, and Richard Spencer walked away from whatever interview he was doing. Now, do I agree with assaulting people? No, I don't. I don't agree with anything Richard Spencer says. Richard Spencer's a complete lunatic. He came on, what was it? One Represent, I think it's an African American channel, and said that the ancient Egyptians were whites because only white people are able to build civilizations when, no, the ancient Egyptians were Semitic people. They originated from the Fertile Crescent. So no, they're not white people. So he's wrong. And people who make up falsities like that should not be trusted. And yes, he is a neo-Nazi. He is a crazy person. I don't believe in assaulting people. I don't believe in punching people in the face because I do not believe that that is the correct way to handle your problems. Other people might be like, yeah, he's a Nazi. Punch him right in the face because that's what he deserves. And while, yes, the things that he says are inappropriate, They are not needed in our society. But under the First Amendment, he's allowed to say them as long as he's not being libelous or slanderous. He's allowed to say them. And he's protected under the First Amendment. You know what's against the law? It's against the law to punch people in the face. It's against the law to hurt people physically. And that's what we see here. And a lot of people are saying, I got in like a Facebook, someone was saying that I was defending Nazism. I'm not defending Nazism. If I am allowed to say things that are on my mind, they might be controversial. They might be things that might hurt people mentally, but I'm still allowed to say them because I'm an American. Like Richard Spencer, we were both born in America. You know, I feel like the best way in order to confront his ideas to him is to not even talk about them at all. It's not even to talk about him in a negative light, right? By punching Richard Spencer in the face, you have basically guaranteed that he now thinks of like-minded people like yourself as violent, evil people. That's the worst thing you could do to somebody who you feel is a neo-Nazi. You go back to people who have written neo-Nazi things, you know, they point to a traumatic event that happened in their lives, and now he sees you as being a violent person. It basically puts a stamp on how he feels about you. Not to mention, again, against the law. And if you are somebody who stands on a moral ground, obviously you stand on a moral ground up on a pedestal, well, now you don't, because you just punched a guy in the face. You just caused bodily harm to that person. So now you are worse of a person than he is. So, dear liberals, don't punch Richard Spencer in the face. Please, just ignore him. Don't talk about him. Don't talk about him in a negative light. And a guy like Richard Spencer, he's gonna go away. And that's all I got. Peace.